Hi, welcome to TechCrunch, a place where we learn and earn technical skills in the most efficient way. Let's make coding fun. Algorithm and implementation, decryption using RSA algorithm. So in this session, we are going to continue of our Java cryptography session and learn how to implement decryption using RSA algorithm in Java cryptography API. Now, in the last session of the encryption, we have learned about cryptography. That cryptography deals with actual securing of digital data, and it refers to the design of mechanism based on mathematical algorithm that provide fundamental information security services. So, if you see this picture, we have seen that cryptography divided into two processes. First is encryption and another is decryption. So in the last session, we have learned all about encryption in detail. Now in this session, we are going to implement and see about decryption. So what is happening? In the encryption, we have the plain text and then we add a private or public key and then we get the cipher text. Now in the decryption, we are going to have that cipher text and add the same private key and make it convert it into the plain text. So you can decrypt the encrypted data using cipher class of Java crypto package. Now let's take a look at the implementation in Java for decryption. These are the steps we have to follow for the decryption. So first we have to create a key pair generator object, initialize the key pair generator object, generate the key pair generator, then get the public key, create a cipher object, initialize the cipher object, add the data to the cipher object, encrypt the data. Now, so far we are just following the encryption process. Now we have to add two steps to decrypt is nothing but the initialize a cipher object for decryption, and then last we have to decrypt the data. Now initializing the same cipher for decryption, that is happening with the help of cipher.init method, and we are going to mention it the mode of the process is decrypt. Now let's take a look at the demonstration and see how it goes. So as you can see in this picture, we are going to show you this application as a demo for you. This is implemented using Java FX graphic user interface project. You can see here how it starts. First, we get the message from the user, and then we encrypt the data and convert it into the cipher text, and the cipher text further is going to decrypt and display the same message what you entered at the other end. We'll show you this application as a demonstration in the later session. Now let's first implement decryption. So this is my Eclipse IDE, and let's have a class decryption demo. And I would like to have main method. Now, the first thing first, we need to import the class, or now we are going to follow the steps. So first step is generating the key pair generator. And just name it as a key equal so we have finished our first step is what? Creating a key pair generator. It might need a throws exception for a standard quality of code. Now next step we are going to initialize it to a key size. Now once the initialization of key is done, next is key pair. So making a key pair, let's have a name as pair, and what we have named it key dot generate the key pair. So this will create your pair with your key. Now once this is done, now next step we need to have the public key. Since RSA is an asymmetric type of RSA algorithm, so what we can do here, we can have public and private key. Public is a keyword, so we cannot use it. So let's give a name, public key pair, and get the public key for it. Now might be need some exception or importing the class. So once this is done, now next step we need to create the cipher for the encryption. So cipher is equals to dot and initialize it, get an instance of it, and in the instance of cipher we need to mention the complete string of algorithm. To mention it, what type of decryption or encryption process you want to do it. You can find out in the library API. When you see this, they can mention it. Now throws extension. You can find out all the strings available in the API for the ciphertext. Now once this is done, the next step is to initialize your encryption process by mentioning it your cipher dot. Now you can see here all kinds of mode. So let's have encryption mode first, because first we have to encrypt and then we can decrypt it and give you the public key. Now again we need to import some package or throws exception. So once this is done, next we need to store the ciphertext into a byte array. And there's so many ways you can do this. I am just trying to have it like this. Get bytes. Cipher. So all I'm doing it is right now just like we have done in the encryption. Byte array, then ciphertext, another name for just to find out, because next step is like we have done the including of your public key. So next step is your cipher text, which is the final cipher encrypted message. Now next step, we can print the encrypted message for mentioning it. You can say encrypted message. And this has to be in the string form, so we can just since the encrypted message is in the UTF format, so you need to mention it. Now let's take a look at the error. Throws exception. There are so many ways you can add the try and catch block, or just simply throws the exception for all the required text, required piece of code. Cipher dot init initialized Now, so far we have done the encryption. Now, next step we need to get the decryption. So for decryption, cipher, just mention the decrypt mode, and the another argument will be your pair dot get private. It's a asymmetric type of RSA algorithm, and it contains the private key. So in this decryption side, we will have the private key, and that private key further help you to decrypt your encrypted message. Decipher the text, and it has the argument cipher text. Here you can mention decrypted message. So this is my decryption implementation. Now let's take a look at the execution. Since it's a Java application, so we can have it in the console. You can see here. So you see here, this is your encrypted message. This is what your ciphertext looks like, UTF format, and it's embedded with your keys. And in the decrypted message, you can see the message what you have entered. Now there's so many ways. You can just have the runtime text instead of static text. So for that, all you need to just scanner, input new scanner, and just import the Java util package, and enter message and string message in dot next. Instead of this, you can just simply have the message. Now if you execute this, it will ask you for the message. You can see here. So this is my demonstration application, which is written in JavaFX graphic user interface. So what is happening here in this application? I've created the frame J option pane and input dialog where I'm asking the message from the user, and once this is done, then it will process and display the decrypted message with the ciphertext, and which is an symmetric key this time. We have seen the RSA, which is asymmetric, where we use two different types of key, public keys and private keys. In case of symmetric type of cryptography, we have only one key, that is called public key. Now public key will help you to convert it into the ciphertext, and then ciphertext further is going to decrypt it with this method. And here we are just simply calling the decrypt mode. And once this is done, and then it will display the decrypted message in the input box. Now let me show you the execution. So see, it is asking enter message to encrypt. So suppose welcome to TechRanch, and I pressed OK. Now this is what the ciphertext, your encrypted message, is in the UTF format. It's which is embedded with your public key. Now when I open it, it is decrypted now. Welcome to TechRanch. So we have seen the implementation and demonstration of encryption and decryption with asymmetric and symmetric type of algorithm. Cryptography itself is a vast topic to discuss. We are going to coming up with some playlist and soon about it. So stay tuned. Before that, let's discuss some important facts about cryptography. Implementation of cryptography in Java is possible by Java Cryptography API. JCA can build their application integrating security in your application rather than depending on the complicated security algorithm. Implement concept of modern cryptography such as digital signatures, message digest, certificates, encryption, key generation and management, and secure random number generation. So we have seen cryptography algorithm. In the next session, we are going to present you some more interesting sorting and other algorithm implemented in array list and other type of collections. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more upcoming interesting videos. Let's make coding fun. Thank you.